As you guys may have known, no, not happening. Babe, if you're watching this, I suck at this. As many of you may, you can probably cut this out. What's up guys? So today I'm going to be taking apart Derek's old motor. This is actually the motor that is going to be going into the El Camino. I have new heads, new cam, a new oil pump, new lifters. We're going to take a peek at what he's been working with before we had swapped his motor out to my motor that was supposed to go into the Civic. We are trying to make Texas 2K. Goal is to be able to drive this all the way to Houston. It's about 5 hours away. So we are trying to get this thing cranked out in the next couple of months here. So stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, I'm just going to remove the heads. I'm actually not sure if we have the tools to get the crank pulley removed. The last time we took off one, took a big impact. And we are not tooled up for that, I should say. So lifters are out. I will get the new ones put in. I'm gonna put them in a little bit of clean oil and let them soak for a bit. And then I will get them in. Probably won't be able to put the heads back on today because we do need to get a valve spring compressor in order to get those put on. But I am going to try and take the crank pulley off. I am not sure if we're gonna be able to get it off with the tools that we have on hand. I'm gonna try and use the bigger impact. I have the battery charging right now. So let's see if that's ready to go so I can get the oil pump changed. And then we're actually also changing out the cam as well. And so I'll need to get that prepped and ready to go. Other than that, almost there. Pretty easy, if you ask me, I don't know. Okay, so got a little insight from Derek. I didn't see anything alarming. So yeah, these look all okay. They don't look flat where they meet up with the cam. But since we have new lifters, we're still gonna go ahead and change those out. Okay, since I have to let the impact battery charge, we're gonna go take a look at what Derek's been doing. His parents are actually visiting right now from Colorado. Oh. Different kind of work today.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Derek's parents. Just yank it, because I'm low on battery.
Hi.
Oh.
The connector.
Yeah, connector broke. It's like straight now. What are you eating? What are those?
Homemade tamales by Tanya.
Jesus, man. Okay, so heads are off, lifters are out. Those look okay. What I'm going to try and do next is take off the crank pulley. Not sure if the tool that we have is even gonna work because the impacts that we have are kind of weak. So we will find out.
Hi, I know, uglier face. Sorry. I'm back. I was helping, or I was doing some yard work basically out front, as you saw. Tiny did a good job, it looks like. This is the first time I'm looking at it. So in case she didn't explain, this was the motor that we originally put into the truck. This was the really ticky, awful sounding motor that we put in there. But I mean, we made 800 horsepower on it, and it did perfectly fine. The only bad part about this that we found out when we were actually swapping her motor into it was the O-ring for the pickup tube. Hopefully there's not anything important or super important damaged in here. We can just get a better oil pump on here and some new lifters in case those were damaged. Bora from Torque Automotive got both of those. That's who we originally built the truck with. We did everything over at his shop. So yeah, he got us these things from Texas Speed. This cam that we're going to be using, because I'm going to use right now it's a stock L33 cam in this thing. We are going to use an aftermarket cam. This is a comp cam. These heads were, I'll be honest, I don't know who actually did the porting on them, but we got these from Justin Bloomer, our longtime buddy over in San Antonio. And I just, they're ported heads, and they got some bigger valves in here. Nothing crazy, but a little bit fancier than we usually use. The only downside to them is they don't have the valve springs that we need in here. So that is one of the tools that we need to get before we can move on to actually putting these on. We need to be able to swap out these valve springs for the ones that are in the stock heads that Tanya took off. Much more better. So yeah, we'll swap that valve train over in the next video that Tanya does. Tanya got sick, otherwise we probably would have tried to go and get it, but she's feeling like crap. I'm surprised she's here right now. Yeah, so that's the plan for this motor. Cam, ported heads, that's basically it, I guess, as far as the engine goes, and new lifters. And the oil pump.
And again, you know, crank pulley.
Yeah, oh, so also we're gonna get a crank pulley. The only reason why we got it on the truck was just because we were gonna be racing some stuff at the track, and they bitch about it. It's a very easy thing for them to look for and say, oh, that's not SFI, so they give me some trouble. So we're gonna put probably the same pulley on as we have on the truck, which is this little cheap one. So, but the awesome Craftsman impact that we got, which is terrible, is probably not going to be able to get that off, but I'm going to try heating it up real quick right now and give it one more try. If we can't get it off, no big deal. We'll go get, I mean, it's time for a decent impact anyway. So we'll go get a new one, but we'll see if we can get it off right now. Before we do that, I wanted to just take a look at these pistons. Everything looks nice. There's a little bit of buildup still on there. I thought all of that was going to be cleaned off. I mean, this motor was filthy when we first put it in there. A bunch of stuff caked on the pistons. Looks like a good amount of that came off, but I mean, and I always ran this thing relatively fat, and we use pump E85, so I mean it's like shit gas mixed in with alcohol, probably only at about 60 to 75%. So not that bad. I mean, plenty of times come and go fuel is at 85%, so should be fine. None of the lifters looked bad. I was surprised. I think they were just ticking, you know, probably they didn't fail, they just were noisy because they probably weren't being pumped up all the way, and that was probably because of just that O-ring. So yeah, everything seems in good condition. Pushed on all the pistons. You know, we're not sitting here rod knocking all over the place. We'll turn them one more time. This motor didn't smoke, didn't do anything. That motor actually smokes oddly. I don't know why. It's like black, it's black smoke though.
I don't know.
And I didn't change anything tune-wise between these two. We thought at first it was just a bunch of carbon deposits just getting blown out, but it still does it to this day, so I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But okay, let's give this crank pulley a try. I'll be honest, I'm not really the authority on this. If you guys remember the Civic video that we did, we actually froze the crank pulley because we totally were not thinking of it correctly. I don't know. Things come out easier when they're hot, so I'm just heating things up. Nope. All right, it was worth a try, but we'll get this the rest of the way apart. We'll be able to get this front cover off, get to the oil pump,
And change
then
out the cam.
yeah, be able to change out the cam, and we'll get the tools that we need to do the valve springs, and yeah, should be able to get the motor completely ready to go, which will be good because we're going to try to get that motor out in the next video that you will see as well.
We have the motor mounts too for
Yep.
the new one.
Yeah, I got the motor mounts for the new one, so I don't know. I mean, if it comes, the rest of the shouldn't be really a whole lot to do before we can get the El Camino or the original motor out. So maybe we can even try to mock this up in there for the first time, because we do need to get a tranny mount. I wasn't sure on which tranny mount we actually needed, if there's like a swap mount or if the mount that is currently on there is the same sort of thing that we need, or if we want something super stiff. I don't know. I got to look at it in there. I don't know
We
what's
need
going
the
on for the
cross
tranny.
member.
I don't think we need the cross member. I think the cross member that people sell is for if you had a manual in there or a different transmission, then you needed the cross member to put it at a different height for the auto. But I think it's a Turbo 350 in there. I got to do a little bit of research because I don't know what they look like. I mean, it looks exactly like a Turbo 400 to me. It looks very similar. So I think that's what it is, a Turbo TH350. 400 should be the same mounting point. Let me know in the comments if you know. Otherwise, maybe it'll save us a little bit of time. But hopefully we can just get a regular old transmission mount, head over to the Summit, grab it, and same thing for the crank pulley. We can grab that too.
Yeah.
But main goal for the next video is going to be get old motor out completely, clean it up in there, get rid of all the spider webs and shit like that. And then maybe mock this up and see where we're at as far as motor and transmission placement.
Yes, mock.
Yeah, it's a mock-up. It might come. It's going to come back out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like we put it in there and we're good to go. I think we got some other stuff
We
to.
have measurements for the drive shaft
figure
and
out.
stuff, right?
No, can't take measurements yet for the drive shaft because that's probably not the rear end. I don't think we're even going to give this rear end a try. Everybody's been telling me it's like complete glass, so probably have to put the 8 in there. So we won't measure drive shaft until we get the rear end in there. But that'll be another video. We'll do a video completely detailed of how we are putting the 8.8 into
Go
this
buy
one.
some stuff.
I know, we need some things. Hey, if anybody's got an 8.8 for sale, let me know. There is a race coming up that we got an invite for. I really would have liked to go, but we got to get this thing going. If we want to be able to race it anytime soon, especially if we want to be able to race it at Texas 2K, we really got to start thrashing on it. So truck's gonna take a little break for a while. It's done good. Suspension changes that we made were great. I'm really motivated with where it's going, with what it's got, but it's not gonna get any major changes, and we're gonna take a little bit of a break racing it so that we can get the El Camino seriously moving. So that is the plan. Like, share, subscribe, the usual stuff. Let us know how Tanya did. I think she did pretty good. I already watched some of the video.
Pretty
Actually,
awful.
good. It's pretty good. So
All
she sounds
on
like crap
memory.
now, but
all based off of memory.
yeah, that's the other
Laura
thing. We didn't
taught
prep
me.
her at all. She went through this last time when we were taking her motor apart and getting it ready, the one that's in the truck right now. So she did this all from memory. It was a really good job. So, I mean, she's still got more to do, but
I'm gonna open my own shop now.
yeah, let's give it a few steps.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.